The year 1453 witnessed one of the most significant events that changed the course of history, the conquest of Istanbul. The young and talented Ottoman Sultan Mehmed II, despite being only 21 years old, was determined to conquer Istanbul, the last stronghold of the Byzantine Empire. This ruler, who would be known as Fatih Sultan Mehmed from that time on, decided to lay siege to the city with the aim of moving the Ottoman capital directly to Istanbul and ending the thousand-year rule of the Eastern Roman Empire. Istanbul was surrounded by the strongest fortifications of the time and had remained the last point of resistance for the Byzantine Empire. The walls had withstood large-scale sieges for years, but Fatih Sultan Mehmed developed a visionary strategy to overcome these challenges. The siege began on April 6, 1453, while the Ottoman army, consisting of approximately 80,000 soldiers, laid siege to the city. The Byzantine side was attempting a final defense with about 7,000 soldiers. The most crucial element of the siege was the massive cannons used by the Ottomans. Mehmed planned to destroy the city's walls with large cannons designed by the master cannon maker Urban, one of the most powerful weapons of the time. These cannons attacked the Byzantine walls with unprecedented force. However, the conquest of Istanbul was achieved not only through military might, but also through a masterful strategy. One of the greatest advantages of the Byzantines was the massive chain protecting the Golden Horn. The Ottoman navy could not enter the Golden Horn because of this chain. However, Fatih Sultan Mehmed devised a revolutionary plan to overcome this obstacle. The ships were moved overland. The Ottomans shifted their ships from Galata to the Golden Horn overland, breaking the Byzantine defense line and entering the Golden Horn. This maneuver changed the course of the war. The siege lasted about 50 days. On May 29, 1453, the Ottoman army launched a major assault. In the morning, Ottoman soldiers breached the walls of Istanbul and entered the city. Fatih Sultan Mehmed preferred to enter the city peacefully after the death of Byzantine Emperor Constantine XI. The conquest of Istanbul marked the end of the Eastern Roman Empire and went down in history as one of the greatest victories of the Ottoman Empire. After the conquest of Istanbul, Fatih Sultan Mehmed placed great importance on rebuilding and revitalizing the city. Istanbul soon became the capital of the Ottoman Empire and a cultural, political, and commercial center of the empire. Hagia Sophia was converted into a mosque. New structures were built, and Istanbul solidified its role as an important metropolis at the crossroads of East and West. The conquest of Istanbul not only increased the power of the Ottoman Empire, but also marked the end of the Middle Ages and the beginning of the modern era in Europe. The conquest also gave the Ottomans control over the Silk Road, bringing the trade routes between East and West under Ottoman control. Fatih Sultan Mehmed demonstrated both his military and diplomatic genius with this great victory. The conquest of Istanbul is written in golden letters in history as one of the most significant steps the Ottomans took toward becoming a global empire. Istanbul, one of the oldest and most fascinating cities in the world, boasts a history spanning nearly 8,000 years. This ancient city has always held a significant place on the world stage, not only due to its rich history, but also its unique role as a bridge connecting the East and the West. The story of Istanbul begins in the 7th century BC with the establishment of the ancient Greek colony of Byzantium. Situated along the shores of the Bosphorus, this small trading city quickly gained importance thanks to its strategic location. However, Byzantium's significance did not solely derive from its geography. It also began to serve as a cultural hub, uniting the riches of the East with the ideas of the West. As the power of the Roman Empire grew, so did the city's fate. In the 4th century AD, Roman Emperor Constantine I declared Byzantium the capital of the empire and renamed the city Constantinople after himself. During this period, Istanbul became a capital reflecting the power, cultural, and religious influence of Rome. The massive churches, palaces, and monuments that shaped the city's architectural landscape symbolized the grandeur of the Eastern Roman Empire. As the heart of the Byzantine Empire, Istanbul served as a religious and cultural center for over 1,000 years, acting as a crucial bridge between the Christian world of the West and the trade routes of the East. As the final stop on the Silk Road, it became a crossroads for goods, ideas, and cultural elements between Europe and Asia. By 1453, the great ruler of the Ottoman Empire, Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror, captured the city, turning Constantinople into the Ottoman capital. During the Ottoman period, the city came to be known as Istanbul, and became one of the most important centers of the Islamic world. The cosmopolitan structure of the Ottoman Empire further enriched Istanbul's multicultural identity. A city where mosques, churches, and synagogues coexisted, it became a place where major religions like Islam, Christianity, and Judaism thrived in harmony. Although Istanbul ceded its title as the capital to Ankara with the establishment of the modern Republic of Turkey, its cultural and commercial role never diminished. Today, Istanbul remains one of the few cities that embodies both the modernism of the West and the mystical charm of the East. For this reason, it continues to exist not only as a cultural and commercial capital of Turkey, but also of the world. Istanbul's unique geographic location at the intersection of Asia and Europe has granted the city strategic importance throughout history. Throughout its thousands of years of existence, this captivating city has been a crossroads of civilizations, merging Eastern and Western cultures. Now, let's take a closer look at the symbols of Istanbul. Hagia Sophia is one of the city's most impressive structures. This unique building, which was a church during the Byzantine era, a mosque during the Ottoman period, and today serves as a museum, symbolizes both the religious and cultural richness of Istanbul. With its breathtaking architecture, Hagia Sophia has always managed to draw attention as a symbol where East and West intersect. Right next to it is the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, commonly known as the Blue Mosque, another symbol reflecting the architectural grandeur of the Ottoman Empire. Famous worldwide for its 6 minarets and blue tiles decorating its interior, this mosque is an essential part of Istanbul's skyline. Topkapi Palace is where the Ottoman sultans lived for centuries and where the empire was governed. With its harem chambers, magnificent treasures, and vast gardens, it offers visitors a glimpse into the glorious past of the Ottomans. When we come to the historic peninsula, it's inevitable to explore this area, home to some of Istanbul's oldest and most important historical heritage. In this district, which bears traces from the Byzantine to the Ottoman eras, every step takes you on a journey into the depths of history. The Grand Bazaar is not only a place for shopping, but also a perfect stop to lose yourself in history. For centuries, this bazaar has been a meeting point for artisans, merchants, and shopping enthusiasts, reflecting Istanbul's commercial spirit. To better understand Istanbul, you must explore the Bosphorus. Stretching along the Bosphorus Strait, this unique beauty makes Istanbul's position as a bridge between Europe and Asia even more meaningful. The Maiden's Tower rises like a mysterious island in the middle of the Bosphorus, while the Rumeli Fortress symbolizes the power and grandeur of the Ottomans. The city's cultural riches are as impressive as its history. From past to present, Istanbul has been a cosmopolitan center where different cultures and religions have lived in harmony. Districts like Balat and Fener carry the traces of Jewish, Greek, and Armenian communities. Istanbul's rich culinary culture is one of the most delicious reflections of this cosmopolitan structure. Especially baklava, kebab, and street foods are among the must-try tastes for everyone visiting the city. Of course, Istanbul is not only a center of history and culture, but also of modern life. Taksim Square and Istiklal Street are where the heart of Istanbul beats. Walking along this street with its nostalgic tram, you can feel the city's energy and modern face. Additionally, one of Istanbul's newest landmarks, Çamlıca Tower, offers visitors a stunning view. You can feel at every step that Istanbul is a city where history, culture, and modern life intersect. In this city, the mystical air of the East and the dynamism of the West coexist. Istanbul's cosmopolitan atmosphere is one of the best examples of how civilizations and cultures can live in harmony. In this enchanting city, you can find traces of history, culture, and modern life at every corner. To get to know the unique spirit of Istanbul more closely, you need to explore these streets and lose yourself in this one-of-a-kind city. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave a comment, and hit the like button. Until we meet again in our next magnificent city destination, take care of yourselves.